How's it going, everybody? This is episode 6 of Dream Chasers. I got my buddy Gino in here. Went to middle school with this kid, actually. Just saw you at the Oxbow. You were getting some, or you getting some pizza or something? No, tacos from C Casa.
Those duck tacos were hella good.
Oh, yeah. Shit, you're probably going to have to, raise this up. I didn't even think of that.
Raise it up.
There you go. A little bit. Is that better?
I think that's better, yeah.
All right, cool. So, where are you from, man? From out here?
Yep.
Born and raised?
I lived in Santa Barbara and San Diego for a little bit, but always came back here.
Nice.
It's a nice little town to live at.
It is. It's chill, man.
Yeah.
So, you're a photographer?
Yes.
Is that
photographer, videographer.
Oh, you do videos too? See, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into it, bro. How long have you been doing photography for?
Probably like 2.5 years. I've been taking it seriously for about 2 years.
Okay.
Because when I first started, it was just like I had a camera and I had access, so I might as well. And then when I got a few more opportunities and took them and realized how cool it was, I figured I might as well kind of take it a little bit more seriously.
Word. So when you were starting out, what kind of equipment did you use?
So I had a little clothing company that I had called Legendary.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought it was so cool to drop every single vowel in Legendary except for the last one, which is a Y, and I made it an E.
Okay.
It was dumb, but I had that, and there was
still out there? Is there still some legendary shit going on?
The funny thing, I was at Aco's one Friday night, and the dude had my sweater on.
No shit. At Aco's? That's low key lit.
I was like, bro, how? Where did you get that? And he was
how?
He was like, my girlfriend got it for me a while ago. I was like,
damn, who's this girl, bro?
I don't know who this girl is.
No.
I was like, that's nuts.
Crazy.
But yeah, some of it is still around. A couple of my friends, I still have a few pieces that I just have in garbage bags in my dad's storage.
That's tight, bro. That's sick.
I never really wear it anymore. But from that, a few HBK members liked it, so I was giving them clothes, and then I started making a few artwork for them.
Oh, that's
so
what's up.
Single and album artwork, and this was when I was in San Diego. So I wanted to design more, but I didn't really have the money because I was playing football.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really have the money to make clothes or do anything. So I was like, well, I can make a little bit of money on the side.
Word.
Doing that.
Hell yeah.
And then that started to get a little bigger, and then I got my own camera because a lot of pictures that people would send me of them to put on their album artwork would suck.
Because they would ask you to make the album artwork,
and then they would send me the picture that they would want, but they don't a lot of artists. I don't blame them.
Send you some
send
shit from their phone or something
or they send a super small file that I just can't work with.
Hella distorted, low key.
Yeah.
I know
and
what you mean.
It's not
quality.
It's not their fault because they're focused on the music.
Facts.
They don't give two shits, or a lot of them don't really give two shits about.
It's
the
not their
specifics
job.
Of this is 180 by 180 pixels. It's not gonna be big enough. They don't know about that.
Yeah.
And they don't have to know about that.
Yeah.
So I was whenever I would see them, I would take a couple pictures, so at least I had something if they wanted anything.
Oh, that's true.
And then when I moved back to the Bay Area, I already went to a few shows in San Diego and got to shoot them, and it was being at a concert is cool to begin with, but then when you not only get to go and not pay for it. So you're broke, and now you're able to go to shows.
Yeah,
that you weren't able to go to before.
That's true.
And
I didn't even think about that.
And you're in the back with people that you're big fans of. That was
with a camera too,
with a
bro.
Camera.
That's a big because now people will look at you yo, this fool's got the camera type of shit. That's what I'm saying.
So that was it was cool. So then when I moved back to Bay Area, I just kept going out and doing it.
Yeah,
and
And
I was working with my dad, so I was working all in the morning. So whatever show there was, if there was a party at Complex or anything, no matter what, I would go out there after work. So I was out there probably 4 to 5 times a week.
Damn. Are you still out there 4 to 5 times a week?
Definitely not.
How many times a week are you out doing stuff?
Maybe 2 times. It depends. I'm very picky and choosy now. Not because I can be, but because
you want to be.
I want to be. I don't really want to be driving to San Francisco every single day. It's a waste of gas.
Dude, traffic, bro.
Traffic sucks so bad.
Parking,
now.
dude.
I don't even know why.
Nah, even if there was no traffic getting there and the parking was the same, bro, I wouldn't go.
No. And you have to worry about where, especially in the financial district, which are a lot of the after parties are in the financial district.
Oh, late at night type of shit.
Those are where people get broken into. That's like the main spot.
Has that
in
ever
San
happened to
Francisco.
you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's full.
I
never, bro.
I don't want for it to happen.
Yeah.
But if I know that if I go to a party and I come out, I might have one less window.
I think that's the way to look at it too, because
Yeah.
you can't be going all this shit thinking like, oh, my car's never gonna get broken into.
Yeah.
Like,
You just gotta, especially if you come from somewhere to San Francisco, like just know what you're bringing.
Just like leave your valuable shit at home, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and keep
or if
everything.
you have a trunk, put it all in your trunk.
Yeah.
Like no one.
True.
If they see something, they're obviously gonna want to.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And some people just, but I've seen people just bust windows
Just
because they were bored.
I've seen that shit too,
You know?
bro. That's
Shit
crazy.
happens. It's not a fair world.
Nah,
You just
it
gotta be
ain't.
ready for the shit.
All right. Are we ready for this shit? Like we just ready for this wine. Speaking of that, this is Passion of the Soul, Napa Valley 2012 by
Passion of the
O'Brien
Soul,
Estate. Napa Valley, Cabernet Sauvignon. It only
Look at
says,
the legs on that.
bro, only 1,315 cases were ever made of this.
It's rare.
Hit them up. 707-252-8463 right there on the bottle.
Text them right now.
Text them. Shoot them a message. Let them know that we drinking it. It's pretty good.
WYD.
I actually like it, bro. We got to cheers. I forgot to do that.
Cheers.
I'm trying to get better with this whole thing. But.
I mean, how many? This is your sixth one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been like behind the mic a whole lot, but I've definitely been in the studio
in the room
with interviews. Yeah. You can never expect anything.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's really just you're going into a conversation.
Especially live, bro. That's the thing with this one too. Like, and I'll tell you the reason. I haven't really talked about this on the show, but it's like the reason I do it like this is because it's less effort, bro. Like instead of editing and shit, like when I'm done, boom, it's up. Like if for some reason it's super super bad quality, I like also record it so I can just throw up that. Yeah. But I'm not into like, and I feel like it's more organic. Like people get to really know the people.
You can't be like, no, just cut that out.
Exactly. So actually, first I want to talk about your fit, bro. What you got on, man? You got this hat. I don't even know what you be wearing.
So this is actually a prototype that kind of got messed up.
Okay.
Because I made these. It says 0 fucks. It's like an ongoing joke.
Oh,
that I have.
It's like the 0 is the bones.
The 0 is the bones.
Explain like what the.
So I still wanted to like make clothes when I stopped my little clothing company. So I would just make like one-off things.
When did you stop? Legendary.
Pretty much when I moved back to Napa. I was just done with it. It was too many, like I kind of put a theme to it, so then I'd have to go whatever I wanted to design. I'd have to design it.
Dude, a lot of artists have that issue. I've realized even with musicians, they'll make the one song that pops off, and now they got to make songs like that, or maybe they don't have to, but they feel like it. And I'm sure you kind of felt like that with the clothing line.
Yeah. Well, the thing with music is there's so many different ways to go about it, and definitely now. But like if you think about like back in 2012, like when Big Sean got big, it was all very poppy. It wasn't really about like the things he was going through.
Fucking Pitbull and shit, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, with that lane, like you get people to be interested in you, and then you tell them what you want to tell them.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta sell out just to get that bigger crowd and get people interested in you. And then you get to show them what you're really about. It's not even about selling out.
It's like kind of in tying into that. And I kind of think I know where you're going with that. It's more about like marketing and advertising. Mm-hmm. That's instead of like maybe not selling out. Yeah. But like just getting your word out there. And sure, like selling out in terms of like you might have to do stuff you don't want to do in order to get there. But
selling out is just it's a bad term. But I mean it in a good way.
Word. Okay.
Like just getting your name out there and doing stuff that is going to be generally loved in your way just to get a bigger crowd. Yeah,
well, you could also say like
experimental, like you can be one of those experimental artists with a super niche crowd and then have that one hit. But if you want to do something that's like, I just want to get my people, and then like there's multiple ways to do it. Because
some people like they're stoked with selling out. You know what I mean? Like that's their goal, and that's people's goals. So it's all about what you're going after. And then what's up with the shirt, man? So the hat's like some unfinished design.
It's not. Well, so this was like it was when the Giants won the World Series a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna do an orange and black one, and that one will sell well because it's the Giants.
Right.
and it was around October. That's why I did the bone stuff. I just
Oh,
ended up
yep.
liking the first one I did was like it was like a college font, and the issue is that the O is the same O of Ohio State. So a lot of people just think it's
an
a
Ohio State
they think it says
merch.
Bucks too
instead of
Fucks.
fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
So I like every single time I wear that one, I have to explain it. This one just usually people like, and the ones that I ended up selling were like a bone color. So the orange just never really worked out. It was like the black would
blend together and shit.
yeah.
Damn.
But I think I'm gonna make a few more in like January.
That's what's up. For sure, dude. Hell yeah. And then you got the shirt.
Made in Tokyo shirt. Shout out Made in Tokyo.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I love this shirt. His DJ it makes them.
Oh shit, that's hella cool.
His
Super
his DJ is like big in the fashion scene.
Yeah. That's clutch. And
That's
then you,
awesome.
and you
I
got
love
your
it.
camera I see there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like your main
No, this is like just a little film camera I like
little
to have
accessory
on me.
right here?
Yeah,
That's
it's just
what's
something
up.
I like to have. If I see something, I can just take a picture of it real quick.
That's what's
Because
up.
a lot of the times I don't want to bring my like livelihood out. Because if I'm somewhere and my camera breaks, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But if I'm somewhere and this thing breaks, that's like $5 down the drain. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but what kind of camera is that?
It's a little.
I guess yeah.
It's actually a pretty good find. It's a Canon. It's a 2.8 lens, which is
yeah,
like the Contax T2 has a 2.8 lens. All the
Okay.
like expensive ones that the celebrities use all have a 2.8 lens. It's just it's a plastic body, so it's not as well made.
Word.
But at the same time, those cameras that they all have, like they're made in Japan. They don't make parts to replace them, and there's a lot of people that don't know how to like fix those.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, since they're fully automatic, they'll just stop.
Like a little part will break and it'll stop the whole
It'll
mechanism.
just stop working,
Right.
period. Because everything is made to work together. So if one thing breaks, the thing is done. So I mean, I want to buy one of those at some point, but I want to buy one when I'm okay with one just breaking.
When you can
Until-
like sling that around your.
Until then, I'll use little thrift
That's tight,
finds.
though. And so you shoot in film?
I shoot in film. I like to shoot in Polaroid, digital. I have a little 4x5 camera I've been wanting to make, but I have to like switch all the batteries up and buy film, and the film is super expensive
Yeah,
because
that's
they
one
just
thing.
stopped making it.
Oh shit, I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, Fuji was the last people that were making it, and they stopped last year. Like either beginning of this year or end of last year, they stopped producing it at all, and this price for it just went skyrocketing. Like and people gouge on prices for those. So you'll like get a pack of 8 pictures for like
$20,
like $25. Some people sell them for like $50. And even if it's
like vinyl, it's the same shit,
like,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? But
and even if it's
you
expired,
can't reuse it.
yeah. And if it's expired, or the thing with film is like there's so many chemicals in it that if you don't store it in the right way, it just doesn't work. It's not gonna work anymore. Like it's all, and especially with Polaroids, because they're all wet components.
Yeah.
So like when it comes out, it's busting a chemical and spreading it over the picture so it develops. So if
Like
somebody
sat in the sun too long,
if it sat in the sun, if you didn't put it in the fridge or didn't store it in the fridge,
so is that a tip right
if it's
there?
just
Store it in the fridge.
Store it in the fridge. Yeah, store your film in the fridge.
For sure, I didn't know that.
That's what that like. If you ever go to a actual film store, not just like a CVS
they have
or
it in
something,
like
they have it in the fridge. Well, they have like the professional stuff in the fridge because the other stuff has a lot more give to it. It's a lot more strong, but the professional stuff is actually pretty weak, and like you have to know exactly what you're doing.
It kind of makes sense. Like we're a lot more detail oriented.
Yeah.
So, how'd you get started taking pictures? What brought you into doing that? I know you said it was because of your clothing line, but
it was. I just knew a few people, and then they would just start bringing me places, and I would just meet other people, and then so I was shooting with a lot of like HBK members, and one of them, Rossi, wanted to take me to Vegas to shoot one of his shows, and I was like, "That's
was
awesome."
that like one of your first gigs?
Well, this was a couple gigs in.
Okay.
At this point, I still wasn't really getting paid for it. It was more kind of like
just getting out
dollar.
there.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
what's
like
up.
it's all. I mean, I just turned 21 at this time, so like,
Dude, that's
if
like
I'm allowed to go to Vegas
and like
and
kick
party,
it with these
yeah,
dudes.
exactly. It was like it's a good time no matter
Did you ever
what.
meet Dave Steezy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just met him like a couple
Yeah,
weekends
he's
ago.
a cool guy.
He's a super
fuck with
nice.
Dave.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then like, so my kind of, I guess my kind of like realization of how big it could be
Mm-hmm.
was I wanted to go to Santa Barbara for Halloween one year, and
It's popping out there for
yeah,
Halloween.
and I was working with my dad though, so he was like, you can't go down there because I'm gonna need you for the next day.
Right.
I was like, that makes sense. Okay. So I was like, fuck, I'm not going to do anything then. And then my friend, Rossi, the one that told me to go to Vegas, was like,
HBK?
yeah, he was like, if you want to come to Heartbreak Halloween and shoot for me, come on out. I was like, hell yeah.
That
I have
same
nothing
day?
to do. Like, yeah. So I was like, hell yeah, I have nothing to do. So I went out there, and they brought GNoDsgn and Kaylani, and they had YG there and a few other like bigger names. And that's before they got like the big where they're at now.
Damn.
Like now they're
Like superstar status
yeah,
type of shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
crazy.
Kehlani.
Especially Kaylani, especially G, and even
Yeah.
YG is.
Yeah. He released that new tape not too long ago. That shit be slapping,
Yeah.
bro. This is some aggressive shit coming out that way.
Yeah, so it was like that was kind of my realization is that I can actually do something with it. And then I talked to G-Eazy's manager about shooting for him at some little festival or some festival. It's called Snow Globe.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It was that
That's
was the
not-
like
that ain't that little, bro. That's
yeah, well, yeah. But I just didn't know about it. I
Oh,
just saw
word.
his name,
and you're
or
like
I saw him
on the
post
flyer.
something,
Yeah,
and I was like, while you're here, I
'Cause that's
might
pretty
as well
close.
ask.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I'll get my own hotel. I'll have my own stuff. You don't have to pay me or anything.
yeah.
I just want to go shoot for him.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, it's good. And then for like all leading up, I never got an email back, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. I emailed him like 2 days before, and he was like, all right, it's good. My bad. I thought that I emailed you back.
Oh shit.
He was like, what kind of passes do you want? Do you want the 3-day or do you just want the 1-day? I was like, the 3-day.
You're like, bro, that's when you knew it.
Yeah,
You're
I was
like,
the
yeah.
3-day, obviously. So I went out, and actually, Super Duper Kyle, that was his first ever festival.
Ooh.
So we were like, I was in the back artist area.
Dude, how long ago? Was that like 2012 or something? Like
That was 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about.
It was the beginning of, or no.
I never went, but I always remember hearing about it and seeing people post about it and shit. And I even think that was when like fucking Kyle was popping up too, like when he just released.
He just put out, or he just put out Smile.
Yeah.
Or,
All right.
or that was right before he put out Smile.
Okay.
He had a song called
Because I remember when he came up.
yeah.
That shit. He came up.
No, but yeah, so that was like
Yeah,
that was his first festival. I
And you were
started hanging
there?
out with them, yeah.
Uh.
And then like Lil Dicky was there, and I talked to I got a couple good shots at him, and I talked to his manager at the time, who's actually made Tokyo's manager now. So that's how I
okay.
met them.
Word.
So it's just like the thing about it is like you just meet people.
It's
And
like a
then-
snowball.
Exactly. And it's not even like you're meeting them to get something out of them. You're just everyone is just having a good time.
Yeah.
And especially the Snow Globe was tight because they had kegs galore, they had snacks for everyone, and because it was snowing, they had like hot chocolate.
Yeah,
everything
blankets
that
or
you
whatever.
need for the
Yeah.
artists.
That's sick.
A lot of festivals now don't have shit in the back.
Damn. And you be
Like,
seeing
they'll-
that, huh? Because you be
yeah.
back there in the tents and whatnot or whatever.
Yeah, like they'll give you weed. Like there's
but
no,
that's it.
Yeah. Or like
He's
they'll
all, yeah,
give
they'll
you,
give you some tree, bro.
or
but-
like they'll give you a bottle, or if you have a rider, they'll give you the rider, which is like
What's that mean?
the rider is what you asked for the venue to have. So like I want a ham sandwich,
Yeah, like
and a bottle of
Skittles
Hennessy,
and yeah, or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. or
Okay.
like if you're sponsored by someone, they'll have all the stuff
Yeah.
there for you
Oh,
already.
shit. That
So
kind of
you
makes
just-
sense though.
Yeah, so you just get there and you're ready.
Everything's
to go.
ready. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's lit. Shit.
That's like the best thing about shows is the rider. The rider is the best.
Do you get to put in your little thing too, or what?
I wish
What would your thing be if you had rider?
it'd be Polaroid film, for just shit that I can get. Just to ask
Just for
them.
the low, just
I-
like
okay,
they're
I-
like, what do you want to eat? You're like Polaroid film. That's it, bro.
Exactly.
I'll bring my own food.
I'd ask for Polaroid film, Fuji film, and then probably a 6-pack.
There you go. A,
I-
a 6-pack of what? Would you be
Corona.
Corona?
On tour, Corona.
on tour? What
Yeah.
about at home?
At home, I like Sun's draft a lot.
I ain't even heard of that.
Suns is hella good.
You like
It's-
any of those hazy IPAs they got?
I hate IPAs.
What?
I hate IPAs so much.
You ever
I
had
like-
field work?
Not the IPA.
They got some orange juice looking IPAs, bro.
Really?
They're super tasty.
I think the only IPA that I've had that I liked was the Tangerine
Express
from Stone.
Yeah,
That one's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I like Hefeweizen. I like citrusy stuff.
Okay.
And I had one like tropical IPA. It's just I don't like hops.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense, bro. So did anybody teach you how to shoot film? Did you like learn from anybody, or was it just
I
like?
I definitely got help from people.
For sure.
Like it definitely. I'm not gonna sit here and say no, I did it all myself.
Yeah.
But I definitely researched a lot on like YouTube. I watched a shit ton of YouTube videos. To this day, I still watch YouTube videos.
Shout out YouTube, bro.
Shout out YouTube.
You could learn anything.
YouTube is damn near bigger than TV at this point. It's definitely bigger
Yep,
than TV.
that and Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even watch cable. Straight up.
I mean, cable is tight. I love Viceland, but like
you can watch that on YouTube.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Like
Shit.
between apps and everything. But yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. But people like Grady Brennan helped me a lot. And with photography, it's not even about you doing it. It's about the way to do it. Especially like at shows. Like
what do you mean?
if you're an aspiring photographer, right? And you have no way to go to a show.
Right.
Bring a little disposable camera and show up at the show hella early. You're gonna be front stage. You're gonna be front, and you're gonna be able to be there the entire time. Like one of the rules when you're a photographer is
go ahead.
If you're not with the headlining artist and it's the headlining artist, or you're not like, it differs. Especially with festivals, it differs. But with like a concert, if I'm shooting for the main guy or I just have a media pass, you can only do the first 3 songs, and then you're out. Mm-hmm. And then that's when people like bring their long ass lenses out and shit. But like if you just want to go be front row and you're there the entire time.
So I was gonna ask, why did you say disposable camera and maybe not like an iPhone or something?
I mean, I have an old ass iPhone.
For sure.
So I definitely don't have like the good camera on my iPhone.
I mean, me either. But
a camera is a camera.
For sure.
And I guess I don't know. I was doing a lot of stuff with disposables.
That's sick. That's kind of how you started and shit, like with disposables.
Mm-hmm.
And then so when you take them in, you have them send you the scans to your email, or what do you do? How do you get those onto digital?
Well, here in Napa, there's only one spot to go. Pro Photo.
Over there off.
And they don't really.
Trancas or something.
Yeah, and they don't really do the whole email thing.
For sure.
So I go, drop my stuff off, and then they tell me what day to come back, and I come back.
That's what's up. That's chill.
And I recently got my own scanner, so I could just scan it at home, and I could do a lot more stuff to it.
Oh, like edit it too off the scanner, huh? Mm-hmm. That's sick. That's sick as fuck.
Just make sure that the colors are right, because a lot of people don't know film is all the colors are different because the different filmmakers or the film developers make them like that. So like Portrait's gonna have a different look than Superior.
So you really gotta like know. It sounds like there's a lot of
trial and error. And you just gotta find what you like. Like
that's kind of something else I was gonna say, because it kind of seems like photography isn't like it's not like singing, I guess, where you can train somebody to sing a certain way. Like photography is like really unique in the sense that like everything is different, and like no one's gonna like, because someone could be like, oh, take a picture like this, but maybe in your head you're like, oh, I don't even like taking a picture like that. You're like, I like doing it like this.
You could have 5 people take the same picture of one thing,
and that's what I'm
saying. They're all gonna be different.
Yep. And there is like the best picture, you could argue, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's all in the eye of the beholder. Like that's all art. If you're showed the best picture of Muhammad Ali, that's probably like the one of the most popular pictures ever, but you don't like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, then that's
or somebody else might not like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
Everyone has a different view, and that's what I learned pretty recently. Actually, is that I just do my own thing, and then if people like it, then they like it. If they don't, then
because there's so many people out there that you still haven't connected to that could like your shit. You know what I mean?
And I'd rather like my stuff or like the stuff I'm putting out than have to put something out because people want it.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anybody you look up to in the photography world?
A lot of people I look up to.
For sure.
Grady Brandon, definitely. Max Shoop. He's Marky Basie's photographer. Thomas Dang. He's this photographer from Miami. He does a lot of video stuff.
Okay.
He shoots with a little 35mm camera.
For sure.
He's hella good. Gunnar Stahl is a really good photographer.
Hey, I don't know any of these people, but
Gunnar Stahl is the one. Gunnar Stahl is the one that took a picture of Playboi Carti's album.
Oh, okay.
Well, not the most recent one, but the one before. And he got really big recently just because he was taking pictures of all the. It's kind of like the Adam 22. Effect where he was there at the beginning of everyone's career, and now he's like there in the middle of everybody's fucking career. Exactly. He was just shooting a video with Namir and Bad Baby like today, bro, in there. And yeah, honestly, shout out Adam 22, bro. Adam 22.
He's a fucking huge inspiration on this, just for this, like, because I saw him do it, and the one that inspired me was a Lil Pump interview, him and Smoke Perp. I was like, and to watch that blow up like in a year, I was like, dude. Yeah. Like I can do that.
The whole SoundCloud thing changed shit forever.
Man, SoundCloud's so watered down though. No.
Well, I don't really even check out SoundCloud. The only reason I was on SoundCloud is to like find songs that just weren't on Apple Music, or I couldn't find. Period.
Yeah.
And a lot of those artists like X and all of them were dropping stuff.
Yeah. Even fucking Post Malone, bro. That's how that dude came up. And
a lot of the stuff, like some of my favorite songs by him are only on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
like
that's
he
true.
did a cover of
the
Window Shop,
because you can't really post covers on that shit.
He did a cover of Window Shop by 50 Cent.
I haven't heard that, bro.
Yes.
I just learned that Mo Bamba by Sheck West.
Yeah,
that shit came out on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and New York Times I think just did a video on it, and they have like everybody's like FaceTime conversations, like talking about how it happened and like how the producer released it, and I don't know, that's sick. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to see how SoundCloud affected it, and so
but that's just an example of you can be doing anything from anywhere.
And people are gonna love
with the internet. Yeah, no, it's not even people love it. It's with the internet. You can connect to anybody. You can, I can probably do if I set like a video treatment up right. I could do a video for somebody in Germany.
Yeah.
Here.
Fuck. That's crazy.
That doesn't even have anything to do with him.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you be bumping? What do you be listening to? Since you're talking about music, man, I see you're into that.
I'm constantly on Apple and constantly looking up new stuff. I've been listening to a lot. I've always liked X and listened to a lot of X. Rest in peace, Ja.
For sure.
And I listened to that Trippie Redd new song.
That shit was
really
actually
good.
slapping. Yeah, that was better than I thought it was gonna be.
All
low
black.
Key. Cause he be using some auto tune sometimes, and I'd be like, I don't know, fam. But that's in.
The thing with auto tune is if you use it right.
That's what I'm saying.
For a long time, T-Pain obviously brought it to like the mainstream, but a lot of people were just using it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Just thinking I'm gonna just sing on auto tune and it's gonna sound cool. But there's certain like ways that you have to do it. Like you actually have to
hit the right notes.
Exactly.
Like that's it. It's that simple.
Exactly. It's just all auto tune is just gonna fix it slightly. But no, Trippie Redd,
he kills it.
It's just, there's a lot of people. I listen to Neff every day.
Hey.
I listen to All Black every day. Shoreline Mafia.
You got the shoot Neff, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I did the last album cover.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I'm very grateful.
How'd you get hooked up with that?
Well, so he was actually the first person to offer for me to go on tour with him.
Oh shit!
And that was also one of the first times I was actually like getting some money from it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I mean, when I first started photography, big timing first started getting bigger.
Right.
So I would see him at every event. He would come through, do big timing, and then leave.
Bitch on.
Exactly. And then when I started to shoot a little bit for G, he was on G's tour.
Oh, yep.
So I started talking to them, and they were they're all around our age.
Yeah.
They're all just hella cool. Yeah. They like to have fun.
That's what I realized about these cats, too. It's not like there's some fucking high horse on a pedestal.
No. They're everyone is just a human.
Yeah.
And, like, there's definitely, with stardom comes like that, you have to like look over your shoulder because
you gotta also be humble.
yeah, you have to be humble, but there's a lot of weirdos out there.
Especially when people know you that you don't want to know you, and they be coming up to you and crazy shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos.
I don't even want to know. You
So
seen some crazy shit?
I've seen a lot of crazy
Like
shit.
like what?
I mean, G has some crazy fans.
Like how crazy?
G,
Like the
like-
bitches or the dudes? What do you mean?
Both.
What happened? What'd you
It's
see?
just, it's just, bro. There's just
He was at Snow
the
Globe too,
amount-
wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's who I was shooting for, a Snow Globe. But just the shit that people will say on like one of my posts, like people get so into his life and like you don't
That's
like you don't
weird.
know him, you don't. But
You don't
people
even
will
like see him in
people will
person.
speak on anything, especially with like the him and Halsey thing. Like I see people still talk about shit
Damn.
that they don't even know about, that they think happened
Or yeah, it could be
like,
already over and
a
it's
year
done.
ago.
Yeah,
and
like
they still talk about it like it was yesterday
yeah,
when they don't know anything about it. Like
Yeah.
it's the internet. You could say anything and people will just think it's true and people will just run with it.
same with like the X thing. When he passed, everybody was blown up saying every story they could, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. But shit,
But no.
you be looking at that wine over there. I see you.
Yeah, it's got legs.
I know. I didn't even know what you meant by that.
fuck
And then
with
I
the-
was
I
like,
fuck with the legs.
whoa. So what keeps you going throughout this, man? What keeps you striving forward? Keep taking pictures. What is it?
I just want to do more.
I think that's the drive that
yeah.
we need.
Like you can never be complacent. You gotta just want more. Like my it's gonna sound hella weird, but the goal that I have with my photography
Yeah, I
is
was
to
gonna ask
go-
you that. That's
is to
funny.
go to Tallahassee one day, go into a random diner, and like happen to see one of my pictures on the wall.
That's sick.
That would be the best thing ever.
That's sick.
It's the fact that people don't have to know you to like your stuff or even know who the stuff is
'Cause
by.
a picture
lot
can
of people,
travel so
yeah,
far, man.
A lot of people will see a picture, don't even know who took it, don't know who it's of, but love it. If I was just see something like that, like, and definitely, I definitely want to get my picture on the register at some point, just like a small town goal.
You could do that. We could do that.
That'd be awesome.
Shit, we could hook that up, bro. I swear. Hey, Zach Penny, if you're watching, tap in, bro.
Tap in.
Tap in. We got it.
Tap in.
As long just make it about music, and then he could do it because he writes the emerging artist page for the Napa Register.
Oh,
He
really?
made that, and so I think we could do it.
Yeah, I definitely want to
see
do.
what's up.
I definitely want to do a gallery here
Oh shit.
too. I don't know what I want it to be about.
Where would you know where you would
I
have
don't
that?
know. That's the issue. I've asked a lot of people around, and like I'm sure I can
Because
just
they used to
do
have
it in a random
Slack
spot.
Collective. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could, and that's what I'm thinking too. You could.
I wanted to do one so I wanted, when the fires happened last year, I wanted to do like a charity one, and it was
Yeah.
gonna come with a show,
Yeah.
and I already had it all set up, and we had like a budget and everything to do the show over at. Well, I thought it was at Jam Cellars on First Street.
Oh, yep.
But when they were talking to me, they were talking about Jam Cellars like
On the end of
the big
Maine,
one.
huh?
Yeah,
That's weird.
like the big venue.
Oh, the one above Blue Note.
Yes.
Bro.
They were talking about
Dude.
that.
So
So when I was telling the artist I wanted to come, they were like, "Are you sure we're gonna be able to like have enough people?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, it's Jam Cellars. Like I was just
Yeah.
gonna have a few people come through and have like my friend DJ for it,
yeah.
and then they could perform their songs if they want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just while people are looking at the stuff.
Yeah.
But then when
definitely.
they told me there was the actual, like, I had to put on like an actual show on,
Like an
then it's like that's not a
actual
gallery.
Yeah.
You can't put on a gallery.
Nah,
in a
that's more of
concert
an
venue.
event. Yeah, you can't really
Exactly.
do that. The only fuck, man. I'll have to think on that because
Or I can just set up my own. Like I'm sure that there's places that you can rent and set up as a
True.
studio. And I've actually, because Napa is getting more artsy and more
it is.
bougie, I guess. There's a lot of galleries that are going up, and I think some of those galleries are going to be kind of kept for people who want to put on a gallery.
I think you're right.
Or have something.
Because there isn't even an art
coordinated.
gallery downtown too. There is.
Yeah,
So
but that one's a pretty, like, you can buy these pictures.
Yeah.
But there's one that I saw going in. I don't even remember where I saw it. I think I was drunk when I saw it. But when I saw it in there, it was just all bare walls
You know, they also do it like over the bridge and then to the right there on Coombs, off of Coombs, they have like a bunch of art shit, I don't know what to call it, like art rooms that people rent out and shit. So maybe even over there, I don't know, but
and doing anything like that would be super cool. I just want to see, like, I have all my work, or not all my work, but I have a lot of my work like in frames around my room, or even out of frames around my room.
Yeah.
So it'd just be cool to see that, like,
in a different
in an
setting,
place,
yeah.
and like people can come through and see it. I don't know if I'd want to be there, but
now you have to be there, bro. You'd be there in like a nice
there.
tux,
Yeah,
like with your camera just the way it is.
I'm gonna come with a tuxedo T-shirt.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's formal, but it says I'm
or
here
like,
to party.
nah, bro, you gotta come up with merch and then like post like a big fucking like just picture that you took and have that as like the.
That'd be
sick.
I've actually wanted to do that for a little bit.
That'd be hella cool.
But I think
and do like drops of your pictures.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I want to do merch for other people before I start doing my own like stuff.
That's cool.
Like designing stuff for other people.
Yeah, that's good experience.
And I wanna have at least 3 books.
Word.
At the end of my career.
Hell yeah.
And I want to work with Rolling Stones hella bad.
Fuck yeah.
That's like my big
dude, it looks like if you keep going the way you're going, bro, that's
I tag them.
Couple years.
I tag them in every single picture I post.
That's what's up. That's how you do it. You would be surprised, or I guess the people watching, they'd be surprised how often, or not how often, but like how that shit really works. How tagging people, how DMing people.
People just see it. No matter what, people will see
Facts.
It. Like when G was on his tour, the When It's Dark Out tour, he did 3 days in LA. And I drove down to LA and shot all 3 days. And I got the like little artist pass the last day so I could stay through his whole set because I knew it was going to be crazy. The last day of anybody's show like that is going to be crazy.
Especially if they're headlining or close to headlining type of shit.
Exactly. So I was like, I need it. I kept on telling everybody, I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I need, like, I already had a pass in, but I was like, I need it.
Yeah, you need the extra pass.
Yeah. So I got it, and Chris Brown came out. And so I took a few pictures of Chris Brown, and, like, he posted one of my pictures. And, I mean, I didn't get a tag or anything, and I wasn't even mad.
Yeah.
But because he saw it, liked it, and put it up.
Yep.
That's just, I mean, it's amazing to me that someone like that would even see it.
Yeah. The fact that
and he was hella cool too.
That's what's up, bro.
Like I definitely didn't talk to him or anything, but like I just said hi, and I don't even know if I introduced myself. I was pretty starstruck.
Yeah, that's what that shit happens,
and I was
bro.
a little drunk.
Hey, you be a little drunk sometimes.
I be a little drunk all the time. I shoot way better when I'm drunk because I just don't think about it.
You're like, clicked, sick.
Yeah, I see something, I get it.
That's what's up. So I want to talk about your IG handle, GNoDsgn.
GNoDsgn.
Is that like the legendary thing or what? It's
like the legendary thing. I don't know what I have against vowels other than when they're necessary.
All right, you're trying to be
GNoDsgn. A lot of people think it's Godson.
Oh shit.
Which doesn't really make any sense.
I didn't even think of that because nah, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. But people just see
looked at it.
And then they're like, I think like a natural dyslexia kind of puts something together.
So like I'm Save Gay, but people always just call me Savage. They're like, oh, you're Savage.
Exactly.
Like, nah, bro.
You glance at something and you barely see it.
It's the same
but you
shit.
think that you get it.
So how'd you come up with the name GNoDsgn?
So when I first started working with my friend HBK CJ, he started, because when I talk I mumble a lot. So when I'm announcing my name Gino, a lot of people think for some reason, a lot of people think I say Gina, which makes no sense to me.
Gina.
Because do I look like a Gina?
Nah,
to you?
bro. Why?
Like, why?
I like how you look there. You're like, bro, tell me right now.
Why would somebody think that I look like a Gina?
I don't know.
It makes
They're
no
like,
sense
oh,
to
he's
me.
an artist. Maybe it's Gina.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so I started kind of like more pronouncing it.
All right.
And he would say G-no. And kind of separated it. So then when I started to like, I was like, kind of fuck this.
Like, that could be a rap name, G-no.
Yeah. So for a while, I didn't want to do a dash or an underscore. Yeah. So I would just do a dot.
Oh,
so,
word.
And I thought it was super cool to like put my thing in grapes. So I had a bundle of grapes with like a very proper G and kind of like a fucked up no.
Word.
Put like a little dot in the beginning of it. And I don't know why I thought that was so cool.
That's kind of cool. I'd have to see. I don't know.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, it's GNoDsgn is 7 letters. So one night I was.
You're a little drunk, huh? You're a little drunk still.
I was a little drunk at my friend's
This
house,
fool.
and he was telling me that I wouldn't make it my license plate. So I made it my license plate.
You made it your license
I made
plate?
it my license plate.
No way.
And the funny thing is, sometimes I'll be at like, it's more with like
I have
artists that I work with all the time, like Neff or All Black. Or
yeah.
Sometimes G, but I'll like get a DM and it'll be like someone next to my car.
Oh shit,
Like,
that's hella cool, bro.
It's cool, but it's like, don't slash my tires.
Shit, you know who I am, bro. Be cool.
I gotta be so careful about what I say now.
That's hella true, bro. Shit, I'm never gonna put my thing as my license plate. Actually, I might, but
It's
cool.
funny.
Exactly.
It's definitely funny,
Yeah.
and it's like you can always get a new license plate.
True.
I really only just wanted the license plate to like put in my room, and then I was like, I had it for like 3 months, and I was like,
I'm putting it on.
I should just put it on my car.
Sick. And then I was looking at that, your fucking profile picture on IG, bro. Is that Chandler robbing some
Ross.
beer? Oh, Ross,
It's
my
Ross.
bad. I wrote it just Chandler because
No.
I couldn't tell.
The funniest thing.
You want
is-
more wine?
Yeah, I got you. I got it.
Dude, yeah, let it be known. This is the first time somebody else, the guest, has poured their glass of wine
Yes.
on Dream Chasers.
I know how to pour wine.
And he also is the first person to ask for a different chair. So
This
just,
chair is comfy.
just take note.
That other chair was cool.
It was just hot.
I love computer chairs.
Yeah.
Computer
you
chairs
be
are
leaning-
so underrated.
Yeah. That one's low-key broken, but you wouldn't tell because see?
gotta lean
That's
back.
what I'm saying.
Since
knows.
2003, you gotta lean,
Lean
back.
back.
Just lean back.
Lean back.
So that picture, I was on
Yeah.
I was on Facebook, and I don't go on Facebook a lot, but sometimes I'll just look through all the like videos on Facebook, and one of them was like this story out of New York. There was this dude that looked like Ross robbing a store. That's not
shit.
Ross.
I thought that was Ross.
It's not
Or
Ross.
Chandler. Damn.
But it's a dude that looked exactly like Ross robbing a store. I thought that that picture was just so funny. I had to
hella
put that,
funny,
yeah.
bro. That's hella funny.
Most of the time it's a picture of me, but if I find something that I like,
Yeah. Dude,
Might
and
as
if you
well.
guys don't know what we're talking about, go check out his IG, GNoDsgn with no vowels.
with no vowels other than the O,
Yep.
only necessary vowels.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah,
And you're going to see his profile picture of what would look like.
looks like Ross,
but it's not.
and I don't know what kind of beer it was either.
But he had
I
it in
tried
like
it.
a box.
Oh, he was like
It's
this.
like, yeah, I saw that.
He was
shit.
getting out of there quick.
That was hella funny, bro.
I can tell that was after a long night.
Yeah. You could tell. Yeah.
Oh,
he was a
yeah.
little drunk, huh?
Oh yeah, he was a little drunk. It was one of those.
That's hella funny. So, what do you do outside of photography, man? You play video games? You into sports?
I stay at home.
Well,
mostly.
what you be doing at home, bro? This guy. All right, bro.
No, I work over at Morimoto. My last day is this week though.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Cause
So I mean, the thing with photography is it's super inconsistent
yeah.
unless you like.
Can somehow I feel
Yeah.
like you almost need a manager,
Yeah.
right?
It definitely helps to have a manager. I'm not big enough to have a manager yet.
Yeah.
Or to really need one. I don't really
you ain't-
have like a super big demand. Like I
Right.
have a demand, but not like
Yeah.
super large demand. Once you
Right.
start getting
Exactly.
you-
Like you'll know when you need a manager type
Yeah.
of shit.
like I have a deal with Serato that they license.
Yo, that's lit.
Yeah, they
Serrato's
licensed some of my
lit.
pictures. So that was like the first time that I had a corporation reach out to me, which was very cool.
How did they reach out to you?
They just emailed me.
Oh, that's cool. You got that on your IG and shit. That's cool.
No, I don't think I ever posted about it. I just send them my pictures.
No, like you have your email on your IG.
Oh yeah.
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 Cool.
I don't even know where I think it was like a DJ that I shot for.
Passed it over or
Posted
something.
my picture and then tagged them in it or something.
Yeah.
And they saw it.
That's
But yeah,
what's
they're
up.
really cool. I think until I start getting like more corporate people, then I don't really need
Yeah,
it.
you know, yeah. That's what's up
Yeah.
though.
But
Shit.
Serato's cool. It gives it kind of working with them gives me like, if I'm ever bored at a show, I'll just get behind the DJ for a little bit, take a couple good pictures of their
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
Easy little check.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about photographing these artists?
Getting to know them is the best part.
That's cool, man.
Cause like
Fuck.
like you can be around one of the biggest artists, but you don't know anything about him. And then once you get into like, well, that's the other thing about photography is like you have a camera around someone who is in the public but also has a private life.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of trust
Just to
for
have you around.
Yeah, exactly. And like when I first went on tour with Neff, they wanted like I wanted to.
There's like some restrictions, huh?
Yeah, well, there's a natural restriction. So like every day, people are gonna talk about something that probably shouldn't be out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one is having a PC conversation at all times.
Yeah.
So when conversations like that happen and you have a camera on you, it's definitely gonna get people to think like, oh, I don't expect, and especially when you first started going on tour with somebody, like he already had a photographer, but he just brought me on because he liked my stuff as well.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I'm new,
and exactly, it's like a new experience. You're not, you haven't really filmed like a, I guess, maybe famous artist or celebrity, but you know what I mean, somebody getting up there before. So that's
So I would film stuff, and they'd be like, "Don't film this." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna like." Well, first of all, you guys are I'm gonna show you guys before I show anybody.
Yeah.
So if you don't like anything, I just take it out.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. You gotta have the person trust you and trust your judgment.
Well,
because you can get I've been a lot of spots where you definitely cannot be photographing something, and even if you do,
and you got to respect that.
It, you definitely have to respect that,
because that could fuck your career up as a photographer, bro. If you post something that someone doesn't want you to post, I didn't even think about that. Could be the end of it. Straight up, especially when you're in the zone like you are with photography or photographing people that are kind of big. It's not like you're photographing like a local artist. It's like, nah, bro. Like even Neff the Pharaoh isn't that big, but he's still like. If you were to post a picture that he didn't like,
and I've definitely done that before, but it wasn't like that's bad for my reputation. Oh, it was just like, oh, I don't.
What happened?
I didn't really like the picture, the way that picture looks.
Oh, so it was chill. It was on some chill shit.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool. He didn't like it for a while. I liked a lot of black and white stuff, and he liked a lot of color stuff, and I wasn't really like too good with colors yet. Or
like you were talking about the color correction or the types of colors
I didn't
earlier.
really find the colors that I liked yet, so I was really like kind of apprehensive of showing him the color pictures that I liked.
Because you didn't think they were good.
Exactly. So, but once you have that like conversation with somebody, like they're a human. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so once you have that conversation with somebody and they trust you, then you could shoot everything.
Yeah.
Then you could really like live
and like shoot what you want to shoot and not
at
worry
that
about.
Point, at that point you're a documentarian. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to be.
I saw that in your in your bio.
That's what I put in my bio.
That's cool.
Documentarian.
Yeah, because that's not just a photographer. Because you like to get personal, like you were saying. You like to get to know them, and
a lot of the times so like when I first started working with an artist, or the artist knows me, or it's like their manager is setting it up or something, and it's a show, I'll come out early and just be with them all day
and just kick it.
Yeah, because an artist's day isn't just about the show.
Nah,
you know what I mean. It could definitely revolve around the show, like going to get clothes for the show, going to get shoes for the show, but it's not just about.
And they're chilling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're trying to have a good time and kick it.
And once you show them that you're not just interested in like them because you can get some clout off of having a picture of them. That's
a big thing.
They're actually interested in their life.
Shit, I think that's the biggest thing. And even like with connecting to somebody, with communication, with connections in general, like once you start meeting a certain type of people, you can't go up to them and try to like clout chase. You can't just go up to them, like take a picture with them, like, hey, can I get a selfie, and then dip type of stuff. You know what I mean?
And
like
that's a big rule that I have is I don't even take selfies with anybody.
Yeah.
I don't take any selfies with
that might be like a low key tip. Like, you know what I mean?
Work with, yeah.
That's like, cool as fuck.
Like the only pictures that I have with,
true. I've looked on your IG. Sorry, I cut you off there. I've looked on your IG, and I don't think I've ever seen a picture with you and an artist.
I have I have a picture with G-Eazy. from that Heartbreak Halloween.
Yep.
The first one that I met him, just because I was like,
Starstruck.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to.
That's cool as fuck. So
And because at that time my ex was a big fan of his, so
hey.
I was like, look where I'm at. Look who I'm with.
That's
What's
hella,
up?
you could have met him. That's hella funny. He said, "Nah, shit." So that kind of ties in like how you like to work. What's your work style? Your work flow? Like you kind of said it earlier. You like to be a little floozy loosey up in there.
I like to be comfy.
There you go.
It also depends on like the situation. Like if you're working with a corporate event or a wedding or something.
Have you done corporate events and weddings? Nice.
Yeah, you definitely can't be loosey.
Nah, yeah, you got it.
Weddings are the most stressful thing ever.
But those be cashing you out.
That's why they cash you out. It's stressful. Like because it is not even okay. You're stressed. Here's the money. It's over time you have to show that no matter what you're gonna get that moment. Because
you have to.
Because a picture is one frame,
and you have to get the moment. If you're there's no you don't get the picture.
Yeah. Like with a show, if I miss a moment, there's probably going to be a moment. If it's not the next show, there's a show after.
Or even like the next song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
sometimes there is like that one moment in a tour that's like that crazy moment, and you definitely want to catch that moment, but. There's also a shit ton of cameras everywhere.
Yeah, and to people on the internet, like you can make a moment look like a moment.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But in a wedding, or not a decisive moment, but they are decisive moments. And this is these people's one day for the rest of their life or for the next couple months until they hate each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to get all that. And that's why they get so much money because they've been doing it for 10 years.
And
they have a crazy portfolio of
all the moments and everything. You're right. Have you had a most memorable moment while you were filming, while you were photographing?
There's a lot. Man, favorite moment. I think having the ability to do Neff's album cover because that was his debut album.
Right.
Like he's had a lot of projects, but that was the first
or
album.
mixtapes or whatever, and then so he released the album.
That was his first album released by Empire.
That's sick,
distributed out every store, not every store, but like a lot of Rasputin's and
hard copies with your shit on it. That's
everywhere,
sick, bro.
And it wasn't only he let me just do the pictures or do the design. It was I got to think about the pictures, what I wanted to see on the pictures, and of course talk to him the entire way.
Yeah, make sure everything was cool.
And then I made a bunch of different designs based on the pictures. We got to talk about all about that, the meaning of it and all that.
That's fucking sick.
And it was when it released, it was on a billboard in Vallejo, and I never got to see the billboard because I'm a scrub.
Fuck.
But there was a billboard.
That's cool as fuck.
That was probably the coolest moment thus far.
Thank
you. If Neff ever sees this, thank you very much.
Yeah, shout out Neff, man. That's dope as fuck, man. He be out
and
here. That's
that.
Cool that he showed love to the locals. Like Bay Area locals, not Vallejo locals. You know what I mean? Like homies around him.
Yeah. It's just it's art. It's the best to get to know an artist so well that it's not an artist anymore to you. You know what I mean? It's cool to me when I hear people drive by bumping Neff, because I don't think about
that's
Neff.
They're
bumping Neff. I think about they're bumping my friend. That's
my
tight.
homie. That's cool, and I think that's awesome too, bro. And it goes back to you're not clout chasing out here. No. You're doing it because you really want to do it, and because you want to get to see who these people really are.
And I love his whole family. His little kid is the best.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
He's so funny. I think he's 2 or I'm pretty sure he's 2. He might be 3.
Good show.
But he literally acts like a grown ass adult.
That's cool as fuck.
Other than the stuff that he's watching on YouTube.
That's hella funny.
He acts like a grown ass adult. It's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, shout out Neff, man. Shout out his family. That's cool that he lets you do that and threw you a rope, man. And you used it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he just gave you a shot and you're like, oh, cool. You do this one thing and then that's it. You kind of lay in the shadows. Nah, you were like, I want to keep this going, take it to the next level. So that's fucking sick, dude.
And the thing is, so every rapper kind of has their group. Yeah. You know? And the thing about Kill FMB, we're all a family, but at the same time, like I told them when I first started getting to work with other artists and stuff, is even if I start working with somebody else, it's always gonna be killer for me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they
I will
like
always have their
they
back,
set you up
no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not even because of that. It's because I spent so much time with them and had so many moments with them. That's a whole section of my
It's
life
like a family
that
type
is
of,
them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when you're on the road with somebody for like a month, you don't understand. Like a lot of people don't understand what that does.
Yeah. Because you
to somebody,
like you really get to know the person.
You're living with somebody,
whether you like it or not, sort of.
And most of the time you're in like the worst case scenario. Like you're on a road trip with somebody for 13-hour drives.
Like both of y'all are annoyed or at life. Like
people packed in a Sprinter van,
sweaty or whatever.
Sweaty.
You haven't showered in 10 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like one artist I got to work with is G Perico. Shout out G Perico.
Yeah.
I've worked with him before, but I've never like really like had a sit down talk with him.
Sure.
Like he was friends with Neff.
Yeah.
So when I would be around Neff, I would like meet him, take some pictures, send them to him, and then I made friends with his manager, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you guys have a photographer, if you guys want me to go on tour. He's like, yeah, we don't. If you want to come, it's good. So I started going on tour, and that was like the first thing. That was like, this is really my first time like being around him. And he's involved in like Crips, so I didn't know what to expect.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
In my mind, I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So when I get there, everything is just chill, 100%. And it was cool to realize that, because like being from Napa, I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
I've never experienced I've never really experienced gang violence. I don't know what any of that's about.
Yeah.
You don't
really see that.
You don't
in Napa.
sleep at night being scared of gunshots in Napa. Really.
No.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
The worst thing we got is being scared of fires now.
Yeah.
And before that, being scared of a raccoon coming and eating your trash.
Yeah. Like
there's nothing really to be scared of here.
Yeah.
So, other than like maybe your crazy ex.
True.
So being around people who have actually like gone through some shit, you going into it, you think like
kind of on edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be on edge, but then you just think like they lived through a lot of shit, and then when you start hearing stories about that, it's kind of like exploring the world, where you get to know different cultures and shit.
Oh, that's totally true.
Learning it firsthand.
It's a different lifestyle. Yeah.
It's a whole different lifestyle.
So what are you working on now, man? Any projects going on right now?
So I'm actually leaving on Friday to go to be on tour with Marky Basie.
Word.
For about a week.
Hell
and
yeah.
then I'll be on tour in November with G Perico and for about a week, and then after that with All Black.
Damn, that's what's up. So you got shit lined up. I bet that's a good feeling. You're like, I got work for the next few months. You know what I mean?
It definitely feels good to have something. I love being on the road, because for some reason when I was a kid, I never really wanted to like go explore the world. I've always wanted to like explore America. There's so many subcultures.
Yep.
In America,
especially in music, bro.
Especially in music, but like. A big thing that I want to do at some point in my career too is go into like a super rural part of the world, or like America, and just be there for a couple months and just like see what it's like, document what it's like. Because like Napa is rural, but it's not really rural.
Nah, bro, like poverty-stricken places.
Like, yeah,
and I think
like rural places.
That kind of like goes in sync with your documentarian kind of post there. How you're not just content with taking pictures of artists. You really want to take a next step and get to know them and give a personal experience.
I want to live it. I want to kind of give my like visual opinion on it.
Dope.
I'm not very good at verbally expressing stuff, but I want to learn to be good at visually expressing things.
That's what's up. So we're kind of coming to the close here. Where can people find your stuff?
You could mainly on Instagram at GNoDsgn, GNoDsgn.
Yeah.
I got a website too, but I gotta
do some upkeep on that. I hate that.
I haven't put anything new on my website in like a year.
Dude, you be getting blown up this whole time, bro.
Yeah.
What's up?
So
you got a girl or what,
no,
dude? What's up?
No, I have no girl. So if you're watching, hit me up.
Tap in. He's in that, but for now.
For now. No, so I have a group chat with a bunch of photographers.
Oh, that shows this was up.
Yeah,
that'd be popping. I bet.
It's tight because that's like this is the first time where like the internet stuff kind of made sense to me.
Like came into real life, huh?
Yeah,
like because
the internet.
Exactly. I can hella talk about that too.
I've always looked at the internet stuff as like kind of being weird.
Yep.
Because these are people that you don't
like
know.
A bunch of fake people.
Yeah.
Until what?
Yeah. So I was at Rolling Loud in Miami, and I was talking to this photographer for a little bit on Instagram, and we just never met. We took like the same picture at the same time and just two different angles, but like pretty much next to each other. And he was like, "Your stuff is tight. Like I don't know why I never got to meet you." And I pretty much said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually met him, and that's that Thomas Dang dude.
Oh, for sure.
And I actually met him at Rolling Loud in Miami. And then when I left Rolling Loud, he was like, I'm starting this little group chat with a bunch of other people that were there if you want to be a part of it. And I was like, yeah. It started as like a meme group chat. Yeah. So we would just send a bunch of memes, and then people would like go
post
through something.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Or, like...
And then people would like go through something or something, and they would tell us rather than telling like a bunch of other people, because everything that's in the chat pretty much stays in the chat. Yeah. Unless it's a meme that I can like put on my.
It's like
Instagram
some information,
story.
like insider.
It's not even like. Well, sometimes it is inside information, but it's mostly like just about people's like lives.
Oh,
so
word.
if you're going through a breakup or something,
it's kind of like what you're talking about, how you want to get to know. I like that. That's like a common theme with what you're doing. That you're more. It's beyond the picture.
Yeah, everything is a picture. A picture just tells a story. That's all. A picture is one moment in an entirety. Yeah. Of a moment.
Hell yeah. I think you're right. I think that's a good.
And we all support each other. And there's some just crazy, like talented photographers in there. Yeah. Like one of them, Michael. His name is Fifth Phase with a 5 on Instagram. He's shooting for Pusha T right now. Oh shit. And so he's been with Pusha T for like a couple months, and then before that he was shooting. Or no, then there's this other photographer named Sebastian Rodriguez, who does a lot of work with like Rolls Royce. Like he does the Rolls Royce truck. He's doing like a little piece on that for them. Shit. And he also works with like Marshmello and a bunch of other people. And a lot of these cats are from like New York and Miami.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. You better spread that link on there after this is done, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. Nah, but is there anything else you want to tell the people, man? Anything you want people to know? Follow, check you out? I mean, shit.
Enjoy life,
dude. That's
no matter what you're doing. Enjoy life. If you're in the restaurant industry, enjoy that shit. Have fun. Don't worry about people having a bad day and taking out on you. Just have a good time.
Big facts.
Big facts.
And with that, we out of here, man. One last cheers. Thanks Gino, for coming out, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hope everybody has a great day. Thank you. Good night.